There we go. I don't know why I thought I had it set up already. All right, Chaos by French Avenue. We just gonna leave it like that. All right, let's get into it. Chaos. Now, this is gonna be the third rendition from this whole X-Straight line. We're gonna move Joe Milano over for a second. The first one we got was Atlantis Extrait, beautiful greenly fragrance, clone, twist, inspiration, whichever one you want to look at. Beautiful in my personal opinion. A lot of green apple. This very refreshing crisp to it. Cooling at the same time. Very nice. Beautiful fragrance. Worth every penny in my personal opinion. So the first one that we got was Atlantis Extrait. Then the most recent one, sorry about that. The most recent one that we picked up was Atlantis. And this one is going to be kind of coming off with like what Nitro Red wish it would have done. You know what I'm saying? It has a very nice watermelon effect to it in the opening. But this one plays a lot on the tropical side. And that's mostly going to be thanks to that coconut, which is absolutely beautiful. Probably the best coconut fragrance that I have in my collection. No BS. If you want to get something that's tropical, I still have to get Hawaii's tropical. But right now, this is probably going to be the best tropical fragrance that I have in my collection right now. So these are the first two that we got from the line. But we also have a third one. And that third one is going to be Chaos. Now, this one is supposed to be slightly unique as well. I don't think that this one's going to be extremely like mass appealing. Because I've tried this one in store. And let me just tell you, I liked it, but the first thing I thought about when I got it was I was like, I wonder how this is going to come off to other people. I wonder how other people are going to think about this one. So let's tap into it. Very basic box, very basic setup. Similar to the other ones as well, so it's nothing too crazy, nothing that we haven't been expecting already. I like that diamond crest on the front. And then the bottle opens up like so and sits in there. And then even the red velvet inside, you know what I'm saying? You got the French Avenue logo on the top. Then we have the red right there. Yeah, let's get active. Let's talk about the fragrance. Hey, man. A real one in the chat. A real one in the chat. Shout out to my guy, Walt, man. Much love to you, family. Yeah, we talking about Chaos. We are talking about Chaos. Now, let's tap into this one. I think that this one's going to be great for the fall season that we're going into right now. I think this is going to be great for this upcoming weather. But again, sample it first. Sample this one first. This one I don't think this one, if I remember correctly, I don't think that this was going to be coming off kind of like how Greenlee was, like extreme, or even Atlantis. You heard that? That's how you know you got a new fragrance. Fruits. Red fruits. Definitely some red fruits up in here. Hold up. Damn, other way. Definitely some red fruits in here. Let's see. Hey, you know what? If y'all remember... we just talked about this not too long ago. Y'all remember when we was talking about those car air fresheners? And we was talking about the one that has like that Colorado cherry. That one. Now that I'm actually smelling this fragrance outside of being in the fragrance shop, that's very much so what this is coming off as. A lot of fruits, red berries, and cherry. Like it's definitely like a... There's no strawberries. I'm not getting anything like that. It's very much so like a cherry note type of cherry dominant type of fragrance. Kind of think of like what is it? The girl on loan. I forgot I'm over here now. I'm so close to the fragrances. Kind of think of like this one, just without the almond. If that makes sense. It kind of has a beautiful cherry like that sense in there. This shit is nice. This is nice. And the good thing about it is, even though it has that fruity opening to it, it's still something that can be used in a lot of situations. Like, I can see this one being great for the office. Even though it has that fruit side to it, it's not overly sweet at all. It's not overly sweet at all. I think that this is a banger. I think this is... Now what I say, I will say this. And I feel comfortable with saying this. Even though I like this, I still think that this will be the last one that everybody would enjoy out of all three. And that's saying a lot, because this is actually a great opening to this fragrance. Let's try it on skin real quick and let's see how this one's coming out. Because this is definitely a fragrance that on skin, we about to see. Yeah, I'm hoping that it changes up a little bit. Because if it becomes a little bit more brighter in like the fruit side that I'm getting, then yeah, we like that. We like that. We in there. Yeah, man. Hey, it's better on skin. It's better on skin because this is so hard to explain. It's almost like there's this underlying cooling effect about the cherries, about the fruits that you get in this. It's very much so a red fragrance. So you're not gonna think of anything like watermelon or strawberry. You are gonna think cherry dominant for sure. You are definitely gonna think a cherry dominant fragrance, but it has this very nice underlying cooling effect. Now, one thing that I can tell you right now on skin that I did not pick up on strip, and this is probably gonna be something that's gonna be a big indicator for me as this fragrance transitions. On skin, I can already pick up the iris. And I'm not the biggest fan of iris, fam. I'm not the biggest fan of, when it comes to the note of iris, I'm not the biggest fan of iris. But the cherries, the red fruits, the opening that this fragrance has is extremely beautiful. It's extremely beautiful. It's likable. I just need to see how this fragrance is going to transition. But just for me alone, because it has iris in it, I already know that this one's going to be last ranked out of these three. Out of these three, this one, the iris alone is going to make this one the last ranked fragrance out of the whole lineup. The other two can fight for first place. The other two could really be a coin toss for first place. I wouldn't trip either way. You know what I'm saying? I would not complain. Yeah, man. Yeah, you get a lot more iris. And it's kind of... So for me, iris kind of does something that's a little bit sickening. You know, it kind of comes off like a brighter coconut in a way. And that's what really throws off a lot of times when I pick up iris in fragrances. Oh man, I was so happy about this one at first. Cause on strip you really just get the cherries. On the strip you really get the cherries, but on skin you still get the cherries. You still get a lot more of the red fruits, but that iris, man, damn. I don't know about that. Hold on, I think my guy Ricky said something in the chat. Hold on, let me move this out the way. Chaos would be great for layering. Hey, that's what I'm thinking right now myself. Ricky, I'm kind of thinking that same thing. I might be in that same boat with you, but then I'm thinking, what would I have to possibly layer it with? Now I'm thinking that I have to use this with something like an ombre leather DNA. You know what I'm saying? Or like if I'm using one of my rack store fragrances, one fragrance that I like to use a lot that I think he gave me like an ombre leather type of DNA was Ben Sherman's Signature. Yeah. Woody leather, slightly spicy. I might can see myself layering Chaos with Signature, because this one's going to be given that extremely masculine profile, and that iris and the red berries in this one could actually balance it out. So I think that might be something that I might try to layer with. Good call out, Ricky. Yeah, go call out, Ricky. Hey, that might be a great combo right there. This right here. Matter of fact, let's just try it right now, because I gotta wait. I gotta see how it transitions. But my bad. I gotta see how it transitions. So we just gonna wait a little bit. But right now, how I'm seeing it, it's not a bad fragrance. You just have to you just have to enjoy. You have to enjoy iris. If you don't enjoy iris, then yeah, it probably ain't gonna work. But something like a leather, I can see myself layering with something leather, dominant. Yeah. Like a Rudy 1881 Signature. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mixing that with this. Yeah, that's gonna shine. That is gonna shine. Let's see. Let me know what y'all think so far in the chat. I see it right here. I see you, Walter. Atlantis it is. Look, if you had to choose between Atlantis and Chaos and you're asking me, go with Atlantis. Atlantis is going to be the much safer buy right now. If you don't have Greenleaf, or I mean not Green, might as well. If you don't have Atlantis Extrait, this will be a great one to pick up. Absolutely great to pick up. So if you don't have neither one of these and you're debating on which one from this line to pick up first, just go with one of these. Hold off on Chaos a little bit. And I only say hold off if you're not a fan of Iris, because it's going to be prominent. But let's see how it transitions. We're going to wait and see how it transitions. But I'm telling you right now, even as this popping up on my skin, it's just becoming more and more of a high aromatic floral fragrance. Like, it's up there. So it is definitely up there. Prada. It's the Prada L'Homme. It's reminding me of like the Prada L'Homme Iris, not the Dior Homme. I'm getting much more sort of like a Prada designer Iris feel with this one, just with fruits up top. Just with the fruits up top. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just wish that the fruits would have stayed around a little bit longer. That's one thing I will say. I just wish that the fruit. Wrong one, my fault. I just wish that the fruits would have stayed around a little bit longer. Let's move these over real quick and we're going to pivot. I'm going to go back to these fragrances. I'm definitely going to see how they Chaos real quick, because we got to go back into that one. We have to see how that Iris transitioned with Chaos. So let's see how this one went. Okay. It could be me. But for some reason that Iris is dominant, but it's not as sickening as it originally was the way it was mixing together with the red fruits. Now it's kind of Iris and it's like creamy now. You know what I'm saying? It's like a creamy Iris now. It's not as much on that coconut type of sickness, that aromatic, that thick aromatic that I was telling y'all about, the richness in that was kind of giving me like a coconut vibe. It's not that anymore. It's much more so like a creamy fragrance with slight undertones of red fruits. It actually transitioned a lot better than I was expecting. This should transition a lot better than I was expecting. Hold up now. Still ain't better than the other two. I'm going to keep that a bean with you. Look. It still ain't better than the other two. But it does seem like that it transitioned to something a lot better than what I was expecting. So I'll give it that. I'll give it that for sure. Yeah. It's nice. It's better. If you still are looking to get like either one of these from this line, if you're still trying to get either one of these from this line, this one is still going to be the best one in my personal opinion. This one is still going to be the close second. This is going to be last, and I would pick them up in that order. You know, you can flip these two around, but this one is going to take a little bit more time to really enjoy because of the Iris effect in it. Now again, the transitional point is nice. If you can get past that opening, then yeah, you'll be good, which kind of sucks because the red berries and the fruits and the cherry was absolutely amazing in this one. So for it to get bumped down slightly because of the Iris, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about that one when I experience it out and about as I continue like just wearing it throughout the day. So we'll do that one like that. I will never pick up Sedley and Oud like by my towel because it smells like bug spray to me. Sedley smells like bug spray. Sedley is nice. I like Sedley. Different strokes for different folks, of course, but I definitely like Sedley. Sedley is nice. Let's switch over. I got one more thing we want to do. Because I definitely want to see what Chaos You a real one for that Zanzibar. I can't do it. Yo, what up, fam? I appreciate you for talking. Yeah, much love. Wear that opal around your girl. Oh yeah, I think the ladies gonna love opal. I think the ladies gonna love opal because it has a very nice masculine DNA to it, to where there's really no unisex appeal about it. Like it's straight masculine. So, and it's giving off that masculine, earthy, raunchy edge. But it's not. I don't say raunchy in a bad way. It just lets you know that it's here. It's giving off that Fujier vibe. It's clean in my opinion. I like it. You Gotta Smell Lovers is definitely that, but you get some of that CH too. So I'm gonna have to check out Lovers then. I need to get a decant of that one. But going back into Chaos, just to recap on Chaos, Chaos opened up with a very nice like red fruitish opening. A lot of cherry. You really get a lot of cherry in the opening, but it doesn't take long before like the big brother iris starts to come into play, because it's literally like 5 minutes and you get so much of that iris, and it kind of comes off like red berries mixed with coconut almost. Once you start to let the fragrance transition, the iris is dialed down a little bit, because then it starts to transition somewhat creamy. Not as much red berries as you was getting in the opening, which is somewhat disappointing, because I really wanted that cherries or that red berry accord to linger a lot more than what it did. But right now it's very much so like a creamy aspect. I'm getting kind of like a creamy vanilla, creamy amber. Nothing really too crazy. I would have thought that this one would have did a lot more than what it did. Out of the whole French Avenue line, this will probably be the most disappointing one. I don't know if this one was rushed, whatever the case may be, but Atlantis was an absolute love at first sniff. Atlantis Extrait was absolute love at first sniff. This one, the coconut, this one, the red berries, you can fall in love with easily, but it doesn't take long before the iris kind of throws it off. And now kind of even just on my wrist, it's really just giving me like a very nice, think of man, what's that one cocoa butter lotion? It's in that big tub and it's extremely watery. I'm talking about, this is the most liquid type of cocoa butter lotion you could ever put on your skin. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Big, it's like a manila with a brown cap. It kind of comes off like that cocoa butter lotion. That's very much so what I'm getting in this fragrance, especially the transition and how it's drying down. Man, that's just me, man. That's just me. Y'all got a version? I didn't know the y'all had a version. I need to tap in with them. I got to tap in with them. That joint straight water. Yeah, the Heelys. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Straight liquid, bam. That's kind of how this transition. Bro. It transitioned to like that coconut creamy type of thing. It's not bad, but it's not as enjoyable as what the other fragrances from the French Avenue Atelier line was doing. Yeah, you gotta mix Heens with some Vaseline. Hey, I've never done that, bro. Look, if I gotta mix Vaseline with any type of lotion, that's funny as shit. Cause it is liquid like that, so it makes sense. That's funny as hell, bro. Yeah, bro. Love Again, that joint I be talking about all the time. See, I need to tap into some loans. Yomaleo fragrances. I definitely need to tap in. I need to hit them. Man, I ain't even gonna talk about that. We'll talk. I'll tell you about it on the low. I'll tell you about it on the phone. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think down in the chats. I want to know y'all thoughts. Like, does this change your opinion on what you thought of Chaos? Or is Chaos still a fragrance that you definitely want to pick up or at least sample and store to see if you like it? Love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get back. There we go, man. Man, we've been up here for like an hour 15, man. We might cut this short, man. I'm starting to mess up a little bit. I don't know what's going on today. It's Friday, too. You're supposed to be in a good mood on a Friday. Friday's supposed to be like that feel-good day, you know?